You voted on 15 artists that we covered on the podcast this year. And today they're going head-to-head in our annual Naughty or Nice Christmas special.
And I voted on them yesterday.
I'm sure. Welcome to Spin It. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Spin It, the record-ranking podcast for people who would rather be listening to music. I'm James, and with me, merry as a...
Go ahead.
merry as a sugar plum fairy.
Merry as a fairy.
How about that? It's a callback to the Nutcracker one. Yeah, it's Connor.
Hot, hot. Ooh, you got it. Hot, hot.
Oh.
Hey, you got it. Hot, hot. Oh,
You doing the Polar Express?
Hot chocolate. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't talk about Tom Hanks on the podcast this year.
Well,
So that song's not in the Naughty or Nice mix.
did we? I feel like we've talked about Tom Hanks on this podcast before, though.
We have, and his collection of typewriters
Yep.
that the mixtaper said was belonging to someone else.
And I think in previous Christmas episodes where we've talked about Polar Express.
Oh, you know what? And we are talking about Randy Newman and one of his songs in Toy Story. So I guess Tom Hanks, once again, like that other episode where Tom Hanks was just there for some reason, he's here for some reason too. But yes, welcome back to our annual Naughty or Nice special. It's a bracket challenge, head-to-head. We went and found 15 songs by artists we've covered over the last 365 days on the podcast. And now we're going to put them head-to-head to see who becomes this year's Whampion. Not champion. They're named in honor of Wham, who was our three-peat champion with...
3-time back-to-back.
Yeah, with Last Christmas. It was a whole ordeal. But the fun thing about this episode is that you, as the audience, you get to vote. You determine the outcome. Usually we've done it live on a Twitch stream, but this year we decided to broaden our horizons a little bit, give more people a chance to vote early, vote often, share with friends. If you couldn't make the live stream, you could still participate. So we put out a Google form with all the information and had everybody rank all the songs on a star scale from 1 to 10. Mm-hmm. So we've aggregated all those results, and that's what's going to determine how this bracket goes. We have no idea or no real control over it. We're just observing the results for the first time right now.
Yeah. Pretty exciting. I'm curious to see. Of course, we always make our own predictions of what we think deserves to win. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're way wrong.
Yeah, and I'm usually, unfortunately, the one that's way wrong. This is our fourth Naughty or Nice contest, and you've won 2. Mm-hmm. I only won 1. You won the first and the third. I took the second one.
Is this not our 5th?
No, the first year we had only done like 6 months worth of podcast episodes, and so we did movie songs, Christmas movies.
But how is Wham a 3-peat winner plus our current Whampion?
Yeah, it's a great question. Well, Wham is kind of a 3-peat winner because the last Naughty or Nice contest came down to a coin flip. Do you remember this? It was between Last Christmas by Wham and You'll Shoot Your Eye Out by Fall Out Boy, and the votes were deadlocked. We were tied. We couldn't make up our minds. And so you flipped not a coin, you had a prototype Spin It themed coaster, which we still haven't actually made.
Yes, this is coming back to me now.
But you flipped it, and as you flipped it, it hit the ground and broke in half. So it was neither heads nor tails, and we kind of just declared Wham and Fall Out Boy to be co-champions. So Wham is kind of a 3-peat. They made it all the way to the end of the bracket.
Gotcha.
They just couldn't defeat the luck of the coin flip.
Yeah, that sounds about like us.
Yeah, of all the ways that it could have gone, I think we said it was very fitting that that's how the Wham-off ended. But this year, we're bringing back co-champions Fall Out Boy with You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. And we're going to see how they fare in this bracket of new contenders. And I got to tell you, they've got an uphill battle ahead of them. There's some big stuff on this list.
That and the fact that we opened the voting pool meant it was less susceptible to there being a bunch of just a singular artist fan being the only voters.
Yeah, it's not as homogenized when we're not in the live stream. A broader sample size might challenge Fall Out Boy's supremacy. And no one was there to sway opinions in chat either way, either.
I know.
There was a lot of like bandwagoning that happened in previous years.
Often instituted by me.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I remember the season of Silly. And also, per the Nutcracker episode last week, by the way, I tried so hard to find sugar plums to buy or order or anything. And do you know that they're impossible to get?
They are so impossible. I also looked.
I found one website that was like, you can buy these sugar plums handmade by nuns in Eastern Europe or something. And they're like $60. and they're sold out.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in America. They're like, maybe you can get them at one niche Christmas market store in northern Michigan. And I'm like, I can't do that.
I found a recipe to make them, but I was like, I'm not doing all that because it seemed complicated.
I mean, I saw how you made pineapples and eggs and cheese. I don't know how you'd handle a sugar plum, a thing that you've never seen and hardly conceptualized until a week ago. But I'm so excited. And of course, I've got my own games for the Spin-ter Wonderland episode.
Oh, of course you do. Ugh. I should have brushed up on it, but I didn't.
Don't worry, I've got 2 games for you this time. See, there's no Factor Spin in the Naughty or Nice episode because the mixtaper...
He's too naughty.
He is too naughty, and he tries to work himself up on the nice list a little bit around Christmas, so Santa will still bring him a present. So he can't be out here lying.
He's been successful.
Yeah. This year, he's been successful?
Well, Santa hasn't come this year, but in years past, he's been successful.
That's true. He got his iPod Shuffle and a bunch of other things. I don't know.
This year, he asked for a loofah.
A loofah. Fantastic. But one game I always make Connor play is to remember the unit and score of previous episodes. So we'll be doing that.
I hate it. Mm-hmm. It's everybody's least favorite spinning game show.
That's not true. And honestly, I don't know why you hate it because you always nail it. And for that reason, because you're always so good at it, it stopped being as fun for me.
Yeah, I know. But
so I have a second game that we'll play at the end, and you're not ready for that one at all.
Oh, no. First off, before we get too much further, there was a question I wanted to ask you at the top of the episode.
Oh, now it's kind of the top middle of the episode, but what's on your mind?
Well, have you been naughty or have you been nice this year?
Oh, yeah, I've been nice. I think I've been, as far as the podcast goes, and as far as bringing you albums, naughtier than I was in the year of healing, but still nicer than I was in the year of vengeance.
I would say your naughtiest year was the year before the year of vengeance.
The year that inspired the year of vengeance? Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, that's why I had to get vengeance, because you were too naughty.
Makes sense.
But you have been nice this year, I think.
Thank you.
Honestly.
What about you? Are you coming into this Christmas special on the naughty side or the nice side?
I think I've been pretty nice. think I've been pretty nice to all of our Year of Redemption picks.
I think so. Well, I don't know if I can speak specifically to the Year of Redemption picks. You've more or less just given them the exact same scores as the first time around.
And that's pretty nice.
With one exception. Radiohead's the lone exception.
They've all gone up. What are you talking about?
They have all gone up. That's true. But only one has changed the number score.
Yeah, well.
Not that that matters. It's still Redemption.
That was never promised.
That was never expected. Well, kind of. Maybe a little bit.
It was hoped.
Yes.
Do you have a go-to Christmas song this year? That's the other question I wanted to ask you.
Oh, man. This year in particular?
Yeah. Like every year I find I have a specific song that becomes like my song of the year, Christmas song-wise.
That's a good question.
And every year it seems to be a little different. Like last year I could not get enough of Hallelujah by Pentatonics. The year before that would have been Dean Martin, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow.
Oh.
Was just one I just couldn't get enough of. So, and this year it's an interesting one. I didn't expect it.
Okay. What's yours this year?
Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson.
Whoa. That's a good one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I think enough time has passed for that one that we can call it like a canonized, like annual Christmas staple. I know it has been.
Oh, absolutely.
But until sometimes something needs to get older before you're like, yeah, this is traditional now.
Yeah. It takes time. And that one, I've just been listening to it nonstop.
Nice. See, for me, I know this is a controversial Christmas opinion.
Uh-oh.
I'm a big Beatles fan. I've always had a soft spot for Wonderful Christmas Time.
Oh, no, it's a good song.
It is.
I'm in the camp of that's a good song.
I know.
I know a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, I feel the same. And so I like that one a lot. And that's one that I always kind of hope comes on when I'm out and about places or, it's on the playlists and stuff. But I think this year, the song that I've really hit a bit, and it's because there's a very specific reason. I was at a record store and I saw there on a record the Charlie Brown Christmas Special soundtrack by the Vince Guaraldi Trio.
Oh.
And it's on this like white pattern vinyl. It's a great looking record. It's a great sounding record. I think it's Christmas Time is Here. That's my song of the year this year so far.
That's a good one. Christmas time is here.
It sounds just like that. A little jazzier maybe, but that's it. Gosh. Well.
Lured you all in with getting it nice and quiet. Should have leaned in and then just blasted you with it. It was a little naughty of me.
That was pretty naughty.
It was a little naughty of me. I apologize.
You just lost some points. If he checks that list 3 times, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's already through his 2 times. I mean, he's got to get that second check in pretty early to have time, to logistically.
Yeah, that's true. And your name's pretty high up on the list, Connor, pretty early alphabetically.
I figure, if I was Santa, I'd be doing the first check at like July.
Whoa, halfway through.
Pretty certain that's why they call it Christmas in July, because that's when Santa's doing his first initial check. And then the second check's probably happening sometime right around Thanksgiving, right after Black Friday, so that he can get anybody who was real naughty at Black Friday. And then, but before December gets here, the whole month of December is just a logistical nightmare for Santa. He doesn't have time to be checking the list.
Maybe not. That's fair. It's a logistical nightmare for me, and I don't have 7 million people to give presents to.
I've started doing a new thing.
Oh, yeah? Are we going to get to the... What new thing are you doing?
Buying Christmas presents super early.
Oh, man, like 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like August.
August. Wow. I don't know if I'm that planned ahead, but that sounds like a great strategy.
Yeah, it's real fun because then you get to this time of year and everybody's panicking and strung out and like trying to logistically plan everything and getting all worked up, and you just get to sit back and glad it's not me and just enjoy the madness.
You get to sip your hot chocolate and your eggnog, kick your feet up.
But I didn't get it all done this year, so I still had to do a little bit of that, but way less than everybody else, so it was great.
You'll have to remind me about that in 2026.
It's hard because you can't ask people for Christmas lists in August, so you kind of have to do it on your own.
Hey, do you have anything that you want?
But don't need before December?
And one by yourself for the next 3 months?
Yeah, that's the hard part. That's why there were certain things I couldn't pull the trigger on because I had to make sure they didn't buy for themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway, should we announce for the people who didn't vote what the 15 songs were?
That's right. We should talk about the Christmas and holiday singles we're covering today. Now, these are all seeded based on either their positioning last year, in the case of Fall Out Boy, or based on your scores of them.
It was me, right? Yeah, it's my scores. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scores not specifically of the songs, but of the artists that we did the episodes on.
Yeah. So, for example, I won't tell you any of the numbers because that would spoil the game later, but like the Tyler, the Creator episode, you scored a little lower than a lot of other albums, and so
yeah,
that is coming in as our number 15 seed. You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch by Tyler, the Creator.
Seed 15?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of an upbeat, jazzed up version of the 1966 classic. We'll talk more about all these songs in a little bit, but get ready. Tyler, the Creator is on his way. They're going up against our number 2 seed, because I guess Fall Out Boy would be the number 1, and they'll get a bye. The number 2 seed will be Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Frank Sinatra. Old Blue Eyes. The chairman of the board is back to be the chairman of Christmas. So Tyler, the Creator, might have it rough.
You don't know. You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Banger of a song.
It is. That's true. Well, in the next pairing, we've got our 14th seed, Not Another Christmas Song by Blink-182. Despite what you might think based on its title, it's a little bit of a Christmas song, and so it's included in this bracket. It is going up against Another Lonely Christmas by Prince. Then we've got Christmas Tree by Lady Gaga.
So that's what, 13?
That would be the 13th seed.
13 going up against 4?
That's right. Yeah, Lady Gaga's going up against... This is on a technicality, I'll admit. She's going up against Cherry Tree Carol, a song done by the Wiggles. Actually, it's from the Wiggles Christmas album. However, the song features the Irish choral group Anuna, which we talked about in a recent episode about Hozier, because Hozier is in Anuna at the time, and he's in the Cherry Tree Carol by the Wiggles.
He's the hosiest wiggle.
He's the hosiest. He's not even a wiggle. He's just the hosiest Anuna. Maybe he's the wiggliest.
He's the wiggliest hoser.
That's right. So the Cherry Tree Carol, it gets in here, and it gets a high seeding because you scored Hozier pretty high. The Wiggles we haven't done an episode on yet. But man, I don't know. Big Red Car, it's a pretty classic hit. Then, I'm excited about this one too. Our 12th seed is a Year of Redemption pick through and through. We did their episode as the first entry in the Year of Redemption. It's Little Saint Nick by the Beach Boys. That song did appear in a previous Naughty or Nice, the very first Naughty or Nice that we did.
Yeah.
It got eliminated.
It's getting its own redemption.
That's right.
It's a comeback song.
Here's hoping, because in the first Naughty or Nice, it got eliminated, sent to the naughty list, and then it got resurrected and brought back and immediately lost again. Chat voted against it twice.
So this is its third chance. Third time's the charm.
Third time is the charm, Beach Boys. Let's go. And it has to take on our 5th seed, We All Need Christmas by Def Leppard. Then we've got The Christmas Song by Olivia Dean as our 11th seed. It is competing against Together Again and a Very Merry Christmas by Randy Newman. That's the song from the Toy Story soundtrack. It's from the score. At the end of the first Toy Story, where they're all cozied up, listening to the walkie-talkie as Molly opens a Mrs. Potato Head and such. You know the scene.
Yeah.
All my Toy Story fans out there, all the real ones, know that scene very well. Then Destiny's Child faces their destiny as our 10th seed with their song 8 Days of Christmas. It is going up against the 7th seed, Alone on Christmas with You by Cody Fry.
Nice.
Yeah, he was built for Christmas music in a lot of ways, I think.
Yeah, he was.
That'll be a tough matchup. Then our 9th seed is Winter by the Rolling Stones, going up against our 8th seed, A Nonsense Christmas by Sabrina Carpenter. Some of these matchups are more fair than others. Some of them are going to be brutal.
Yep. That's how it always goes in a bracket, though, when you get the seedings.
That's true.
Although I do hate that you never know how to put a bracket together.
What do you mean?
Why is the number 2 seed on the same end of the bracket as the number 3 seed? They're supposed to be on opposite ends. You separated 1 and 2. That was smart of you. But then 3 should have been down with 1. 4 should have been up with 2.
What are you talking about?
You know, it should ping pong back and forth.
Oh, should be at the bottom?
Yeah, it's supposed to ping pong back and forth so that your higher rated seeds
It's a fine bracket.
end up facing each other later in the competition.
Well, I think that would work if we had rated these songs specifically. But honestly, in a situation where you rated completely different things by the same artist, the seeding is much less important because the songs don't necessarily match the caliber of the...
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
This isn't a regulation bracket. That's all I'm saying. I don't have a problem with it because I think we'll have some interesting matchups, but I'm just saying.
Look,
if anybody were to look at this who actually does like March Madness and stuff, they'd be like, what is going on?
Well, the seeding is really just a formality. I mean, last year we just seeded by what episodes came out first.
It's true. That was the fairest way.
We just did them chronologically. But, you know, that's why you take over March Madness, and you do the important bracket.
Oh, yeah.
And I do the holiday bracket with many fewer songs.
Yeah.
That's an oxymoron. With, I guess, just fewer songs. A greater degree fewer of songs. I'm getting lost. Anyway.
Yeah, and we're not really doing a bracket per se, right? We're doing our 12 days of Spin It or whatever countdown, right? We got our 14 songs of songing.
Well, in the past we did fewer songs, and so we started with our 12 drummers drumming.
Drummers drumming, yep.
And then we decreased and decreased, but this year we started with more songs. So, I mean, the 12 Days of Christmas doesn't go that high. I just called the first round of our bracket the 14 songs of singing. Yeah, you're right. It's not really a true bracket. It's naughty or nice. We've got the nice list. Everyone starts out on the nice list.
It's the Wham off.
No, Wham is gone. But it's the naughty or nice list. Everyone starts out on the nice list, and one by one, they go head to head, and we have to move one to the naughty list.
Until there's only one nice person left who gets all the presents. Hunger Games style.
Yeah, that's it. So without further ado,
let's ado.
Should we get into the 14 songs of singing round?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, up first, tough one. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Frank Sinatra up against You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch by Tyler, the Creator. Pretty different songs here.
Yeah.
Let's start with Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. We did his album Only the Lonely on episode 210.
We sure did.
That was your pick.
It sure was.
We talked about Old Blue Eyes. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is such a Frank Sinatra type song.
It is.
It feels perfect for his style and his voice. I have facts about each of these songs too. Couple little fun tidbits.
Do you? Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah, the first version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas was written by Hugh Martin and Ralph Blaine in 1943 and debuted by Judy Garland in the film Meet Me in St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Frank Sinatra, he wanted to do the song. He did an album called A Joyful Christmas, and he wanted this song. He had them change the lyrics, though. The original lyrics were too sad because the original, you know, maybe you've heard some of the lyrics about muddling through the holidays somehow. But Sinatra was like, no, spruce that up. You know, hang a shining star upon the highest bough. Make it happier.
Make it happier.
He wanted a more future-focused, hopeful, joyous Christmas song.
And it works.
Oh, it works, yeah. Sinatra's cover came out in 1957, 14 years after the original, and it's been in heavy annual rotation ever since. It's charted in more than 10 countries. It's a bona fide Christmas hit. So that's 1957. Then, I almost did it again. I do this every year. Every year. Do you remember your scoring unit for Frank Sinatra?
Yes. You think I don't know my own picks unit?
Well, I'm sure you know Frank Sinatra's score because it's a momentous one.
It's a historic one.
Uh-huh.
It made Spin-it history.
It did. It was your 43rd 9. No, I'm just kidding.
It was my first official album, 10.
So it was your first 10. What about that unit, though?
Something about stuff coming to an end. Is that good enough to get me the points?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel like it'd be mean of me to not give you the point.
It wouldn't be mean of you.
And it's naughty or nice. I gotta be nice.
It wouldn't be mean of you. It'd be naughty of you.
Yeah, but I don't like to say that about things that I do for myself. So it is indeed, your unit was things coming to an end. 10 things coming to an end for Frank Sinatra. That's Sinatra. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, 1957. Then we jump up a few decades with You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch by Tyler, the Creator. While we're playing the game and you're in the headspace, want to go ahead and take a stab at your score and unit for Flower Boy? We talked about that album on episode 193.
Tyler, the Creator. Well, it's a lower score since the number 15 seed or whatever.
A lower score than the only 10 you've ever given? Yeah, I think so.
I believe I gave it a 5 out of 10. I don't think I hated it so much to dip below a 5. And he was flavors of ice cream, if I do remember correctly.
Wow. Yeah. Once again, you've nailed it. See, that's why this game just stops being quite so fun. You just get them all right. 5 flavors of ice cream for Flower Boy.
The problem is you hype up how good I am at this game that when I do inevitably fail, it's like the expectations are so high that even a slight stumble is massive to my reputation.
Yeah, you got to come crashing down.
It's like you're out there selling tickets to my downfall.
Yes.
With how much you're hyping me up.
I'd make a killing. This version of the song, of course, is not the original Mean One, Mr. Grinch that we all know and love.
So when I was listening to it on the little playlist you put together,
which you can find now on Spotify and YouTube.
Yes, I noticed it had the cover art for that new animated The Grinch movie that had like Benedict Cumberbatch or whatever playing.
Yes, and it's funny that you call it new because how the passage of time affects us.
It was like 2018 or something like that, I'm sure.
It was literally, the song was featured in and commissioned for the 2018 Illumination animated film, The Grinch.
It was 2018, that's so funny.
2018, 7 years old.
I mean, that is the newest Grinch, is it not?
That's true. It is. And Tyler, the Creator, does the vocals and stuff, but he got a lot of help from esteemed composer Danny Elfman. He did the orchestral arrangement for this cover.
Oh, wow.
Danny Elfman is a very known name and score.
Yes, he's a big helper of Santa.
Danny Elfman? Yeah, go figure. That's ridiculous. Well, you know the song, though. You know the original Thurl Ravenscroft version of the song. That's a classic.
Yeah.
That one's from 1966, and it's a huge hit. The lyrics are all by Dr. Seuss himself. And of course, that's a lot of the same lyrics that are on the Tyler, the Creator version. And also, fun trivia tidbit about the original, if you didn't know, Thurl Ravenscroft, who sings that song, is also Tony the Tiger from Frosted Flakes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So next time you hear the Grinch, just picture Tony the Tiger. The Grinch is not great.
Quick, how long is the pole that we wouldn't touch him with?
39 and a half feet.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Very nice.
Yeah, thank you. I know my Grinch lore. I can't speak for the Tyler, the Creator version, but the original version of the Grinch has gone to number 87 on the Global 200. Not just America, worldwide. People love to hate the Grinch. And it went to number 31 on the US Hot 100.
I bet.
It went as high as number 14 on the American Holiday 100. So the 1966 version has gotten quite a bit of love. Tyler, the Creator's version has not had quite so much time to make an impression, but I think it's got its fair share of acclaim. I think Tyler, the Creator's the perfect artist to do a cover of this song. We talked a lot about how he's doing like horrorcore music. Like if there's a horrorcore Christmas song, probably it's The Grinch. How did you think this version compared to the original?
I hated it.
You hated it?
It's funny that this is our first matchup we're starting with. I'm glad it's the 15th seed because it is my least favorite song out of the 15.
Really?
I could not stand this song.
Ow, that's brutal.
And I'm a huge fan of the original.
Yeah, I think it's a clever reimagining of the original. Now, is it going to replace the OG one on my holiday playlists? No.
Listen, I might just be getting old, but What is it with all this new age music trying to replace my classics?
Oh my gosh, you are getting old. Well, let's take a look at how everybody voted.
Yeah, I'm curious. I haven't looked at any of the results, actually.
I know.
Very curious to know. Wait, so should we say what we picked first?
Yeah, we should say what we picked as we go.
Yeah. So if you can't tell by what I just said, I picked Frankie Boy and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Frankie Boy. I, too, decided to select Frank Sinatra's Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I don't think it was particularly close for me. So we both picked Frank Moving On. You, the audience, you voted, and you decided Frank Sinatra would also be Moving On.
Fantastic.
Yes. Tyler, the creator, and You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch has been eliminated.
To the naughty list.
To the naughty list. It had an average ranking of 6.3 stars out of 10, which is respectable. Sounds like that's not what you would give it.
1 star.
1 star.
And that's only because 0 wasn't an option.
Wow, 0 wasn't an option. That's true. But wow, you really didn't like it. Okay, well, that matchup wasn't very close. But next, I think we have a matchup that's a little closer. A little bit. And they're also both kind of bummers of Christmas songs.
They are. We got the sad round up next.
Yeah. Ooh.
These are the kind of songs that Tom York's Fish were listening to on Christmas.
When they had their bad Christmas.
Oh, yeah, they're just having a real bad time.
Yeah. Another Lonely Christmas by Prince versus Not Another Christmas Song by Blink-182. First up, Another Lonely Christmas by Prince. We talked about him and his soundtrack album / movie, Purple Rain, on episode 190.
Yeah.
Do you remember Prince's score in unit?
Prince would have gotten... Prince feels like he was a 9, but...
When Doves Cry.
Purple Rain.
Purple
yeah, it's gotta be...
Computer Blue.
It's gotta be a 9. It's a 9 and it's Smoke Machines. It's 9 Smoke Machines out of 10.
9 Smoke Machines. Yeah, you got it right. Those diarrhea-inducing smoke machines that he gave everyone at their music video shoot.
Uh-huh.
Never forgetting that. And I also never forget how Prince liked to smell McDonald's. That's one that's going to stay with me forever. Well, Another Lonely Christmas.
I hadn't heard this.
Really? It's practically from Purple Rain. It's Prince's one and only Christmas song, but it was the B-side for the Purple Rain single, I Would Die For You.
Oh.
Yeah, which is exactly why it sounds like it was taken straight from the album. Unsurprisingly, Prince did, of course, all of the work on this track by himself in early 1984, and he only performed this song live one single time, the day after Christmas, December 26, 1984.
Oh.
It is a horribly sad song about a loved one passing away on Christmas and him trying to cope with the guilt years and years onward, drinking banana daiquiris and trying to remember the good times and struggling. Not to worry, though, he did say the song is a work of fiction, but it is not a happy Christmas song, not a holly jolly Christmas.
No, it is not.
More of a blue Christmas situation.
But not Blue Christmas by Elvis.
No.
More of a purple Christmas.
Yeah, I hadn't heard this one before either. And I like it, but I don't know if I like it as a Christmas song.
Wow.
Because it sounds so much like Purple Rain, it just sounds like a Prince song to me. It doesn't quite give me Christmas vibes, you know? I don't know how you felt about it.
I liked it, actually.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what I would have expected other than this out of a Prince Christmas song. So I wasn't like hung up on it being too much like Purple Rain.
That's fair.
I don't know. I think that's just what I expected. But yeah, I liked it. Hadn't heard it, and I also was not familiar with Blink-182's Not Another Christmas Song.
Yeah.
So this was a whole new matchup for me.
Well, we had a couple of options we could have picked for Blink-182. Of course, we talked about their iconic Enema of the State on episode number 182. And this is a recent song relative to the rest of the tracks we're talking about, and relative to Blink-182's heyday. Not Another Christmas Song came out on December 6, 2019. They did do a few other Christmas songs in earlier years, but I kind of liked the novelty of Not Another Christmas Song. It's got an interesting claymation music video.
No, it was cute. It was cute. I like claymation.
Me too. This one, though, it is not quite the Blink-182 that you know and love. It features Matt Skiba, their alternate guitarist who stepped in for Tom DeLonge during his time away from the band.
Did we make a joke in that episode about Tom DeLonge, full name being Thomas the Short or something like that. I just like the idea of like Tom is short for Thomas and then DeLong, but then saying Thomas the Short.
No, we didn't make a joke like that.
Missed opportunity.
I think we made some other joke about his name in a later week. I don't remember. But yeah, Not Another Christmas Song is actually, it's Matt Skiba's last work released with the band, because Tom, of course, came back in 2022. Prince's song was about death and grief and coping with loss like that.
He sure is.
This is a kind of an anti-holiday song that explores a relationship that's deteriorating over time. You know, trying to get a divorce. Things aren't as good as they used to be. I miss the old days with you. You've changed. We've grown apart. Kind of typical for Blink-182. It is the band's fourth Christmas or Christmas-adjacent song. I say Christmas-adjacent because they did release one about Boxing Day. And Not Another Christmas Song, it made a few song sales charts in the U.S., but it made nothing like the Hot 100. Do you remember your Blink-182 scoring unit?
You know, you would think I would be sitting here thinking about all that while you gave all your facts so that I would be prepared to answer.
No, I wouldn't think that, actually.
Well, actually, one might think that if they hadn't listened to this podcast before, but I guess if you're at all familiar with the podcast, you would know better.
Fair.
I remember my unit, not my score.
Okay.
I'll never forget the Disinterrate Ferrets.
Yes, indeed.
But I forget how many of them there are. It's, I want to say 6 Disinterrate Ferrets.
My goodness. 6 Disinterrate Ferrets is incorrect.
Shoot. 7?
7 Disinterrate Ferrets is wrong again.
Whoa, wait, did I go the wrong way? 5? Because I know I wasn't an 8.
5 Disinterrate Ferrets is the correct answer.
Wow, I'll give it a 5.
Oh, happy day. He missed a score.
Yeah, I care less about the score. I care more about my units.
Yeah, that's fair. That's ferret. Ha.
They're like my children. To forget one of them would be an unforgivable mistake.
Home Alone, but with one of Connor's units.
Unit alone.
Which of these songs took it for you in this bracket? And did you pick based on your preferences or based on what you thought the audience would do, as you so often tend to do?
I don't always go with what I think the audience is going to do. It depends on how competitive I'm feeling when I fill it out. March Madness, I absolutely get competitive because that's the whole point. Christmas, though, I think I go with what I feel. And I just happen to always seem to line up with the audience because I'm their champion.
True.
I mean, there's a historic moment of the podcast where that You Won't Let Me Live Down, where I chose Sail or whatever.
Yeah, you chose Sail instead of Stacy's mom.
Yeah. So, you know, I'd go with what I want, even when I have a feeling nobody else will.
That's true. But what'd you do here?
I'm worried. It depends on who voted. I have less of a gauge on who voted for, because we weren't there to see it. I went with Blink-182, but I could easily see it go into Prince.
This one's tough. I do think these are two generally lesser-known Christmas songs. I mean, you like Prince and you'd never heard Another Lonely Christmas. I think this is one that people who are voting would have to click on the play button and then kind of make a snap judgment on. Mm-hmm. But I also picked Blink-182 moving on.
And?
The audience, it was close. This was a nail-biter of a race, but the audience did indeed send Blink-182 to the next round.
Whoa, okay.
Not Another Christmas Song. Looking an awful lot like Another Christmas Song right now. Staying on the nice list.
Yeah, it kind of is. I'm starting to get a little suspicious that I might have listened to a Christmas song.
I know. Another Lonely Christmas is headed to the naughty list with an average ranking of 4.46 stars.
Wait, does that mean it was, did you say 4?
Yeah, 4.46 stars.
So that was lower than You're Me One, Mr. Grinch.
That's true.
You know what I'm chalking that up to? I'm chalking that up to some of our audience not being able to read and just assuming it was the normal version and not Tyler, the Creator.
Not being able to read or listen to the song or anything like that. Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're right.
They just saw You're Me One, Mr. Grinch and went, love that song. It's the only way I can explain it.
I'm not so sure that's how it went down, but whatever you need to tell yourself to cope. Well, up next is the band that we never did an episode on. It's Cherry Tree Carol by the Wiggles and Hozier up against the caretaker of Ryan the Ghost, Lady Gaga, and her song Christmas Tree. This is a very tree-themed round. So much whistling.
There's so much whistling.
Yeah, did you know Cherry Tree Carol prior to the Wiggles?
This was also a completely new round for me.
Me too. I didn't know either of these ones.
And what a pairing to be going up against one another.
It couldn't be more different.
The children's Christmas song that's all about, like, telling the story, like, when Joseph was an old man, he married Virgin Mary, like, just telling, like, the story or whatever. And then a song by Lady Gaga that's a euphemism for sex.
And it's not even like a good metaphor. It's the same thing that AC/DC did, where she just replaced some words with Christmas words. And it's like, oh, I know what that means.
To be fair, the implication of the fa la 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 being like, let's...
Now, that's funny.
Bleep, 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 bleep. That's really funny. The rest of it, poorly disguised.
Oh, just hard to listen to.
But the fa la 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 la, hilarious.
Absolutely. So, yeah, these songs couldn't be more different, except they're, again, in a certain sense, both about trees. Well, let's talk about the Wiggles and Hozier first. We talked about Hozier on episode 228. Last month, we talked about Unreal on Earth Unaired. What was your scoring unit for our Inferno descendant?
You get me every time. Every time I'm like all ready to hear your fun facts about it, and then you hit me with that. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot I'm doing that.
I know.
Like every time. I don't. What is wrong with me?
It sneaks up on you, and that's maybe why I keep doing the game. If I don't get any satisfaction from you knowing all the answers, I think I just get satisfaction with making you play.
Yeah. Listen, I'm good at it, but that doesn't mean I like it. I gave Hozier 9 digestive biscuits.
Nailed it. 9 digestive biscuits for the land.
It was a very recent episode.
Yeah, it was pretty recent. Well, Cherry Tree Carol here. And, we just talked about this. Hozier was in the esteemed Irish choral group Anuna. The Wiggles were touring around Ireland in 2010, and they set up this little music video with the choir, and inadvertently, they caught Hozier in it. In case you're not up to date on the Wiggles, because we haven't talked about them, they're an Australian children's music group that started making music in 1991. All independently, by the way. Literally last night, I went down a bit of a Wiggles rabbit hole.
Yeah?
Watched some of their stuff, and man, what a throwback. A blast from my past.
I did too. Well, not last night, but when I listened to these, I also kind of fell down a Wiggles rabbit hole. Classics.
Oh, yeah.
Just absolute bangers. Fruit salad? Yummy, yummy.
Yes. Now, you want to talk about classics. Cherry Tree Carol is as classic as they come. Maybe even like classical. Cherry Tree Carol is an incredibly old traditional English song. It might date back as far as the early 14th century. That's like 600 years pre-Wiggles.
That's wild.
Christopher Columbus was still a lifetime away from his voyage. He might not have even been born when Cherry Tree Carol was written.
That's kind of crazy.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And the Wiggles version, was featured on their 2011 Christmas album called It's Always Christmas With You. The song tells this apocryphal story. The lyrics are so interesting. It's about Jesus' parents, Mary and Joseph is all bitter about this whole virgin pregnancy thing. His wife is having a baby that he's not the father of, and he's having trouble coming to terms with that. And she says, Joseph, I'm having pregnancy cravings. I'm hungry for these cherries. Joseph says, oh, well, if you want cherries so much, why don't you let the father of your baby pick you some cherries?
Dang.
I know.
Dang.
Brutal, right? It's not a very good look for Joseph. And, of course, who's not going to take that on the chin? Baby Jesus. In the womb, baby Jesus says to the cherry tree, hey, why don't you bend over and just give my mom some cherries? Like, stretch your little branch down here so my mom can have some cherries.
Well, they always, the superstition is that the pregnancy cravings is what the baby's craving. So to me, it sounds like Jesus wanted some cherries.
He might have.
and when his stepfather said no, he's like, fine, I'll get them myself.
Right, well, and so the tree bends down its branch, listens to Jesus. Joseph sees this miracle, and he goes, oh, crap, this baby really is the Son of God. And so he comes around in the end.
That's how he becomes a believer?
Yeah, that's not biblical. That's
No.
It's apocryphal, but it's a very interesting song.
It's an interesting take.
Yeah, so you can watch the music video, and you can see Hozier in it. Clean shaven.
You sure can.
Short hair Hozier, swaying back and forth. Really interesting song. Now, Lady Gaga, whole different situation.
Yeah.
Her song's not 600 years old. Her song is from 2008. When we talked about her on episode 212, Born This Way, that was the 200th album we ever ranked. What's your scoring unit?
If only I could have seen this coming. I know, once again, I know my unit for show. It was Cyborg Cockroaches.
Your child, Cyborg Cockroaches. That's correct.
Yeah. And I believe this one got a shockingly low score. This was a bit of a Rascal Flatts kind of album for me, where I thought I was going to like it more than I did. And so I'm pretty certain it got a 6 out of 10.
6 Cyborg Cockroaches is correct. Well done. Christmas Tree, like I said, is from 2008. It predates Born This Way by a couple years. It samples and interpolates other Christmas songs like Deck the Halls and Little Drummer Boy, but again, very far from traditional. Pretty adult in its themes. It still, though, went to number 23 on the US Billboard Holiday Digital Songs chart, and the Canadian charts, it went to number 79 on the Hot 100 up there. Like, not just holiday. This was the 79th best song in all of Canada. Lady Gaga singing explicitly about her Christmas tree. She didn't perform the song live, actually, until 2024. Then she did it on Carpool Karaoke, which is interesting.
That is interesting, to do it on Carpool Karaoke. That's not a song I would have put down for that.
No, maybe not, but hey, what are you going to do? So yeah, this was my first time hearing either of these songs. I think both of these songs are shocking in very different ways. One, to see Hozier so far out of context is wild. And then Lady Gaga, just to listen to it, it's not what I thought it would be at all. Oh, a Lady Gaga Christmas song. Let's see what it's about. Nope, that's exactly like I should have thought it would be. Didn't see it coming, though, so I felt a little blitzed. I chose Hozier to move on because I thought it was really cool to learn about this traditional song. And you know me. You know, I'm a little more meek and mild in my listening habits. If I'm putting one of these songs on my Christmas playlist, it's not going to be the one about candy canes.
Yeah, well, you know me. Meek and mild, not words typically used to describe me.
Well, that's true.
And I love a good old-fashioned Wiggles song, so I also picked Cherry Tree Carol.
I thought you were going to say, yeah, good old-fashioned English traditional hymn. Yeah. So you and I both left Lady Gaga in the dust.
Yeah, so far we've agreed all the way through this, which is interesting.
Pretty odd. Well, let's see how the audience chose. Unfortunately, it looks like you and I are both in the wrong.
Whoa.
Cherry Tree Carol gets the axe.
Dang.
And the Christmas tree is allowed to remain standing. Guys,
that's a shame.
Audience, what the fa la 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 la?
Oh, that's funny.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Well, the Christmas Tree Carol, you put in the Wiggles on the naughty list with an average score of 3 stars.
Wow.
Yeah, it's getting down there. 3 stars for Hozier and the Wiggles.
Man, that's a shame. The Wiggles, classic.
I understand it, though. It's an old song.
But it's the Wiggles. I mean, that alone deserves a 4.
Well, I'm just looking at the rankings, and it's got some 4s and some, 5s, 6s, 3s. It's got some 1s.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Lady Gaga, well, we can't talk all about that yet, because I don't want to spoil future rounds.
Oh, yes, of course.
But we'll get there. So that's Christmas Tree. Moving on. Up next.
An interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Curious to see how it goes.
I know.
Time for some redemption.
A little Christmas magic for the Beach Boys, perhaps.
Perhaps.
It's We All Need Christmas by Def Leppard up against Little Saint Nick by the Beach Boys. We covered Def Leppard's Hysteria on episode 219. Really fun album. A lot of hard rock and hair metal going on there. What score and unit did you give to Def Leppard?
Okay, my goal is for when we get to the next one, not to get whiplashed when you ask me that question.
It's not going to happen.
I don't understand why I can't even remember for 5 minutes that it's coming.
You don't have a bad memory, generally speaking. It's like...
No, I don't! This game is proof I don't have a bad...
It's just, it flies so far under the...
This game is proof I don't have a bad memory. It's like a blind spot.
This is my Trojan horse. Yeah.
I just don't want to play it so much I pretend it doesn't exist. And I'll be honest, Def Leppard's probably the one I remember the least out of all these.
Wow.
I like Def Leppard, so if I had to take a wild shot at a score, I'd say like an 8, maybe a 7, probably an 8, probably like a low 8. But I couldn't tell you my unit. I've forgotten my child.
I've forgotten my child. I'll go ahead and tell you that 8 is correct, but it is not a low 8. In fact, Def Leppard right now...
Oh, it's not.
...sits in the 3rd position of your 8s. It's your 3rd highest 8.
Which album?
We did Hysteria.
Hysteria episode...
219.
Relatively recently.
Yeah.
Hot. Oh, we got it. Hot. Oh, we got it.
What are you doing?
Hot. Oh, we got it. What's my unit? Trying to channel Tom Hanks to help me remember my unit.
No.
Hot. Oh, we got it.
Maybe he'll punch it into your ticket if you ask nicely.
Unit. Yeah, we got it. Unit. Oh, we got it. Pounds of sugar.
You did get it. Wow. It's pounds of sugar. Interesting. All the sugar in the hot chocolate really came to you.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I remembered it before I did the hot chocolate bit, but I thought that was a funny way to reveal I remembered it.
Yeah, I wondered. The first grift of Christmas. Well, yes, We All Need Christmas. It's another oddly recent entry into the Naughty or Nice contest. This is Def Leppard's only released holiday song, and it came out in 2018. Apparently, they recorded another, but it just hasn't seen the light of day because the lyrics are no good, to the point where it's just called Heavy Metal Christmas, and they don't want anyone to hear how bad it is.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, but We All Need Christmas. It was a bonus track on their Story So Far Best of Def Leppard compilation album. Joe Elliott said of the song, "It's very cool. It's not overly sappy, which I could see on the surface people might think it is, but if you actually listen to it, not just hear it, actually listen to it. I'm not trying to get all deep and meaningful here, but there is a message. It's just one of those things. I think it makes you think back."
Wow.
It's what people do at Christmas. We think back to younger days, worse days, better days, or their missing family that can't make it back this particular Christmas. It becomes a very poignant time of year for a lot of people, and I think the song reflects that old mood. Like, okay, give me a break. If you really hear it, really listen to it. I liked We All Need Christmas, but it felt so heavy-handed to me. It felt forced. It felt cheesy, felt really cheesy. I know he's saying on the surface people might think it's cheesy, but guess what? Under the surface, it's still cheesy. Just a block of cheese. We All Need Christmas was interesting. And I feel like in the past, I have not been ambiguous with my feelings about Little Saint Nick. It's all the Beach Boys' charm wrapped up into a holiday tune. We talked about the Beach Boys twice because it's the year of redemption. We covered them on episode 29 with Pet Sounds, and we covered the Beach Boys today on episode 209, which is funny. It's like 29, but with an extra zero. It is, once again, we said it tried the Naughty or Nice thing back in the first Naughty or Nice bracket ever.
Yep.
3 years ago. And it got eliminated twice, sent to the Naughty list twice, but it's back for another round in the year of redemption.
Which was a shame. I really like it. I feel like I was campaigning for it, if I remember right, because I like it. I don't remember what it was up against.
I think it was up against a couple different things. But yeah, that was the first year was the year that Last Christmas just swept everything and dominated it all anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like they stood a chance, but would have been nice to see them go a little farther than I think they got a first round elimination.
Yeah.
Little Saint Nick, it came out on December 9th, 1963, making it the fourth oldest song we're covering today, besides Cherry Tree Carol, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and the Christmas song, of course. They talk about Santa's sleigh like it's a hot rod car. Classic early Beach Boys, Little Deuce Coupe-esque. What was your score in unit? I put it at a different place that time, so you would see it coming even less.
You're acting a bit like a dastard.
That was a bit naughty, I admit.
It was pretty naughty. Beach Boys?
Yeah, I gotta tell you, one of my favorite units of all time.
I'm sorry, are we asking for their original unit and score or their new unit and score, their redeemed unit and score?
Well, their redeemed score is the same.
The score is the same. The score is still a 6. The score is still 6.
Yeah, it is a 6.
But instead of, I believe, Racehorses of the Sky was their original unit.
That was their original.
Because that's when we got into our Racing Pigeons era.
It's true.
Their redeemed unit was Pags of Snad.
Pags of Snad. It's so funny. It makes me laugh. I laughed out loud when I typed this into the document the other day to play this game. Pags of Snad.
I don't remember what I was meaning to say when I said Pags of Snad.
Well, we were talking about Brian Wilson's giant indoor beach that he created around his piano so he could wiggle his toes in the sand while he was writing music, and he filled it.
Was I trying to say
with
bags of sand? And I said bags of sand.
It was, I think, a combination of two different typos that you made while you were trying to write out your notes.
Yeah.
But Pags of Snad is what it turned into. It's such an ugly sounding unit.
It's so funny.
Pags of Snad. It's so good. Well, Little Saint Nick. Yeah. Brian Wilson said, I wrote the lyrics to Little Saint Nick while I was out on a date, and then I rushed home to finish the music. And I don't know, that must have been a rough date, but imagine being on that date. You're sitting across the table from this guy that you've just met. He seems nice. He says he's in a band, and then he's like, I just had an idea. This song about Santa Claus. He starts writing down lyrics. Santa Claus, Little Saint Nick, way up north where the air gets cold. You're like, okay. What a date. Fun fact, though, co-writer Mike Love, fellow Beach Boy Mike Love, actually had to sue for writing credits for Little Saint Nick in the 90s.
Fellow Band San Diego Zoo guy.
That's right, band from the zoo. Little Saint Nick charted at number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100, but how is it going to do in this bracket up against Def Leppard?
I picked it. I'm trying to give it that redemption. No first round elimination for me.
Yeah, I picked it too.
But what we picked doesn't matter.
No. What did you think about We All Need Christmas, though? Did you think that one was as cheesy as I did?
Oh, We All Need Christmas? I also liked it, actually. And I think up against a couple things on this list, it would have won, but not against Little Saint Nick.
Well, you're correct about that. It so far is not the lowest ranked score on this list. However, you're right. The audience did not rate Def Leppard above the Beach Boys. We All Need Christmas is sending Def Leppard to the naughty list with an average score of 3.8 stars. Little Saint Nick stays on the nice list.
Very nice.
Lives to compete another day. It does feel like a redemption to see it even moving on to the 8 Maids of Milking round. I'm just happy that it's alive.
It's the little engine that could.
That's right.
Car engine, though. Hot rod engine.
Santa's sleigh engine. Up next, interesting pairing here. Got new and old duking it out. We've got Together Again and A Very Merry Christmas by Randy Newman from the Toy Story soundtrack and score up against a cover of the Christmas song by Olivia Dean. Now, we just talked about Randy Newman's Sail Away on episode 227. Super recent. Surely you remember your unit very well for Randy Newman.
Yeah, also a recent one. Randy Newman was, of course, Friends was the unit.
Friends.
We learned all about the people who he had friends in.
That's right. No one told him life was going to be this way.
How many claps? Hang on.
It's 4 claps. It's 4 claps.
It's 4. Yeah, clap, 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 clap.
I've never even watched Friends, and I know I'm adamant about 4 claps.
And he got an 8, I believe.
That's right. 8 friends for Randy Newman. Together Again and A Very Merry Christmas is, like I said, is that iconic happy ending from the 1995 classic Pixar film, Toy Story. This song, though, I mean, you could hear it every time you watch the movie, but they didn't release the song for a while because Disney first put out a condensed version of the score and soundtrack, which left this song out. Pretty understandable because it's, a fairly minor piece. It's 1:48 long. It's a deep cut from the score. But in 2015, Disney came around and they put out a legacy collection of the soundtrack, 20-year anniversary kind of situation. They added an extra half hour of scores and instrumentals and extra takes. That is where this song lives. Together Again in A Very Merry Christmas. It's going up against a song that is much older but was recorded much more recently, The Christmas Song, covered by Olivia Dean. Now it's time to see if Connor can remember what score and unit he gave on episode 188, where we talked about her very pink and slightly blurry debut album, Messy. Good luck on this unit.
It's a weird one.
Sure is.
Probably means it's a combination of jokes.
I think so, but honestly, I hardly remember. I think I can derive where it came from.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because we're going back to year 4 of the podcast, even though it was this calendar year. So it's an earlier one.
Yeah. Episode 188. We were 30-some episodes into the podcast year, the year of discovery.
Yeah, I think you got me on this one. I'm going to say, if I had to pick a score again, I'm going to say something like a 5. No, 6. 6 out of 10.
Oh, you wavered. Why'd you waver?
Because I think 5's too low.
Okay.
Based just mainly on where we're at in the bracket.
Yeah, I thought you might have...
Because Tyler was a 5.
You might have figured out the hack that is, these are all seeded based on your score. So the scores gradually get closer together.
Yeah.
You're right. You gave it a 6.
But as for a unit, I'm sorry, child. I've forgotten you.
You've forgotten this child. Well, you gave this child a wild name.
What child is this?
Yeah. Well, I believe you derived this one from a combination of 3 of her song titles.
Yeah?
I think you combined No Man and Ladies' Room and Carmen into No Truck Guy Bathroom Signs.
That sounds about right.
Because Ladies' Room is where you got the bathroom sign. No Man is where you got the no part. But then instead of Carmen, like her grandmother's name, you split that into Carmen.
Yeah, instead of car man, truck guy.
But yeah, truck guy instead of Carmen.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
No truck guy bathroom signs. Sorry, child. Your father gave you an indecipherable name.
This is why you don't let dads fill out the birth certificates.
Oh, man. Yeah. Okay, so which of these songs did you take? Have you ever focused on that part of the score of Toy Story?
No.
Oh, wait, we didn't talk about the song.
We really didn't.
Olivia Dean recorded her cover of the Christmas song back in 2021, years before Messi was even around. As of late, when we're recording this episode in 2025, Olivia Dean just released her second album, The Art of Loving, with big old hits like Nice to Each Other, So Easy to Fall in Love, and Man I Need. Man I Need was actually her first track to break into the Hot 100 in the US. It peaked at number 4. It's fantastic. I love it. Such a great song. I mentioned it in the episode, of course, but I love her stuff so much. She's just a big recent fave. And she covered the Christmas song. The original is by Robert Wells and Mel Torme, and the iconic Nat King Cole Trio's first version came out in 1946. You have to be specific because, they also did the song 2 other times, in 1953 and 1961. The Christmas song from 1946 is in the Grammy Hall of Fame, but you're most likely familiar with the 1961 version, which has gone down as the standard. They actually wrote the Christmas song in the middle of the summer. It was super duper hot out, and they wanted to stay cool by thinking cool, was their mindset. So Robert Wells is just jotting down wintry ideas, Christmas thoughts onto this notepad, chestnuts roasting on a fire, Yuletide carols, folks dressed like Eskimos, like all this stuff he was writing down. And that obviously ended up morphing very easily into the lyrics that we know and love. Apparently, the whole thing took about 40 minutes to put together lyrically. The Nat King Cole version of the song actually just set a record in January of 2023. January of 2023 was the first time the Christmas song ever cracked the Billboard Top 10, which is a record-setting 59.5-year gap from Nat King Cole's previous, most recent Top 10. And it was a record for the longest time before a song entered the Top 10 ever. 62 years and 26 days. So the Christmas song has seen a real resurgence lately. The previous record holder was Run Rudolph Run, which was 8 days shorter, but still like 62 years long. The Olivia Dean version here, it hasn't charted and done numbers quite like that just yet, but who knows? I think her version really holds its own better than plenty of other covers of the Christmas song that I've heard. I think for me, the Christmas song could become an annual staple.
The Christmas song is a Christmas staple for me, but not this version.
Well, that's what I mean. This version specifically, I like.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not my favorite version.
Well, no, but you're competing against Nat King Cole. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she doesn't have to beat that version. She just has to beat Randy Newman.
But to me, she doesn't. I mean, one, Randy Newman, Toy Story, big fan.
Wow.
Secondly, instrumental song. I'm the instrumental guy. I'm taking Randy Newman.
You took Randy Newman. Interesting. I love Toy Story so much. I like Randy Newman a lot, but man, the Christmas song is just a classic. It's got lyrics, it's got motifs, like it's recognizable. I went with the Christmas song and I took Olivia Dean, but let's see what the audience did. And let's find out which one's actually moving to the naughty list and which one's staying on the nice list. Oh, the audience has spoken.
Yeah?
The Christmas song is moving on up.
No.
Staying on the nice list. Yeah, Randy Newman.
No.
Burn on, Randy.
Randy.
He's headed to the naughty list.
Randy, no.
Yeah, it's tough. That's tough.
Man, that means I've missed 2 so far in the first round. Not a good start.
I mean, it's not an awful start, but I guess it could have like downstream effects later on in the bracket.
3 out of 5, I guess is what I've gotten right.
That's true. Well, up next, matchup number 6, Alone on Christmas with You by Cody Fry. Another lonely Christmas song, however, a much happier one than Another Lonely Christmas and Not Another Christmas Song.
And another Connor pick.
Yeah, another Connor pick. Look at you. You picked a lot of songs that made the holiday hits.
Yeah, that's right, I did.
Well, we've got Alone on Christmas with You, and then it's going up against 8 Days of Christmas by Destiny's Child, and of course, Beyonce. First up, let's talk about Alone on Christmas with You. It was your pick for episode 198. We covered Flying, his album. That was your birthday.
Yep. Don't you mean it was Earth Day and a week?
It was a week from Duke Ellington's birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I received a cake in honor of Earth Day that day.
An expired one, but a cake.
Have you done anything fun with your Minecraft burger cube?
It's still here at my desk. I got a picture of it right here.
Still here at your desk is wild. I thought it would be in the trash. Alone on Christmas with You. Beautiful song. I was really impressed with it, but I wasn't surprised by it because it does sound a lot like he does on Flying.
Mm-hmm.
This song first appeared on his Christmas Music Volume 2 EP in 2018, and of course it was a part of the consolidated, complete collection of his Christmas songs in 2019. It is one of 3 Cody Fry original pieces from the project, and honestly, I listened to some of the others. I think it's the best.
I agree.
It's a pretty song.
It is.
Just about spending the holidays quietly in solitude with the one you love. No obligations, no responsibilities. Taking a walk in the snow, curling up next to the fire, being alone on Christmas with you. It's the dream. And honestly, it's up against a similarly romantic kind of song in 8 Days of Christmas by Destiny's Child, which we'll talk about as soon as Connor tells me his score and unit for Cody Fry.
Ugh. Thought I was past it.
Oh, no.
That's okay. I know I gave him 8 nutlets out of 10.
8 nutlets. That's right, because he planted an illegal birch tree. He didn't, but the mixtaper tried to make you think that he did. 8 nutlets out of 10. Chestnutlets roasting on an open fire. Oh, man. You laugh now, but wait until you forget what the scoring unit for Destiny's Child was.
Well,
I mean, we didn't talk about Destiny's Child. To be clear,
I was going to say,
we're talking about Beyonce, a member of Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
Specifically, I'm talking about our episode on Cowboy Carter. We talked about Renaissance back on episode 96, but Cowboy Carter was our Grammy special from the previous year, episode 187.
187. That's super old, too.
That's getting back there in the archives. I mean, that's from February, the Grammy special.
But I'm pretty certain Cowboy Carter, Grammy, probably looking at like an 8 out of 10 there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I gave it a 7 yet. We're not into the 7s yet. I think this is towards the bottom of my 8s. Next pick, dropping into the 7s. Based on my little cheat code here.
Yeah, of course.
And instead of, spaghetti westerns, I believe I gave this one 8 lasagna westerns.
That's right, because it's got a lot of layers.
Yeah.
Well done. 8 lasagna westerns for Beyonce. Do you remember the first unit that you gave her?
I was just about to say.
It's kind of relevant on this episode.
I was just about to say, my first unit I gave her is a nice redemption for another group on our thing here, because they got to come of their own free will instead of being hostage wiggles like they were back on episode 96.
Yeah, we did a sneaky redemption of the Wiggles, because on Break My Soul, they sing Release Your Wiggle. We said it sounded like the Wiggles were being held hostage. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, so, hopefully they're not being held hostage on this episode. Hopefully they've been invited.
Oh, they were invited, for sure.
I don't know, maybe Hozier was holding them hostage.
They were invited, but then eliminated. Poor Wiggles.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga took them out.
I voted for him.
Yeah. Well, 8 Days of Christmas, it's the title track of Destiny's Child's 4th studio album and only Christmas record.
I don't like that they started with 8.
They probably could have done more. Starting at 8 is an interesting choice. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, and I don't like that they didn't go big for 5 like they do in 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah, it kind of just blows right by.
And I was a little concerned they weren't even going to get to 1 because they stop at 5 for a while and it takes them a minute to come back and do 4, 3, 2, 1.
I know.
I was like,
Yeah, 8 Days of Christmas, it's just an interesting song.
Another la 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 pun, but instead of it being a dirty la la la, it's a la la love.
Yeah. 8 Days of Christmas is romantic, too. It's about all the things that her partner's going to give her. Her man's going to give her massages.
Yeah, like belly button rings and massages and dirty denim jeans.
That's right. Fa la la love it.
But they do, to be fair, to their credit, at least the gifts get better as they get closer to 1, unlike in the original 12 Days of Christmas, where it's just nothing but birds.
So many birds.
Well, at least by this time, you work your way up. Like day 2, they're getting keys to a CLK Mercedes. Like, all right.
That's pretty good. Sorry, turtle doves. That's got you beat.
And then, on the first day of Christmas, they're getting a top-tier spice for Christmas.
A top-tier spice?
They're getting quality time.
That's right. Gosh, not time like the spice. Man, it's just another cute song, but in a very different kind of way than Alone on Christmas with You. It's so much higher energy. So poppy.
Very poppy.
This is one of Destiny's Child's 3 original songs from the album, too. Both of these albums that we're talking about had 3 original Christmas songs on them. What a quinky dink. This one first came out in 2000 as a bonus track on a reissue of their second album, but it came out on the whole Christmas record in 2001. 8 Days of Christmas made it to number 2 on the Bubbling Under Hot 100 in the US and number 57 on the Hot R&B and Hip Hop Songs chart. So, objectively a bigger hit than Cody Fry's. But for me, I couldn't resist. I was really impressed with Cody Fry. I thought Alone on Christmas with You was a really sweet Christmas song, and I really enjoyed it. I'm going to probably add that one to my regular holiday rotation as well. I picked Alone on Christmas with You.
Of course, so did I.
Yeah, another Connor pick.
Gotta pick my boy.
I didn't dislike 8 Days of Christmas, but it's kind of a lot for what I usually listen to around Christmas. It's intense.
It was kind of my second least favorite on
Whoa.
this list. Yeah.
Down there with Tyler, the Creator.
A pretty big gap between them, but still coming in second to last.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, Alone on Christmas with You, according to our audience, is good enough to stay nice. And Destiny's Child, on the 9th day of Christmas,
Getting naughty.
is losing that quality time on the nice list and headed to the naughty list. Destiny's Child was a consistently kind of a low scorer. I think they had a few, looking at their votes that came in here, a few times they verged up into 6s and 7s, but they never got higher than that, and a lot of people seem to put them at the 3 or lower range. I mean, this song's been out since 2001, and it's not exactly all over holiday radio.
Yeah.
You know, so I think the metrics kind of speak for themselves a little bit. But up next is the final matchup in our 14 songs of singing round. Sabrina Carpenter's Nonsense Christmas up against Winter by the Rolling Stones. First things first, tell me that short and sweet unit for Sabrina Carpenter.
Why don't you make me?
Well, that's kind of what the whole game is.
Yeah, what if I just refuse to play your sick little game?
Well, then that's
Put an end to the cycle of violence.
no fun.
Are we down into the 7s now? No, because
I don't know.
Cody Fry was an 8, and so was Destiny Child. So we're actually staying in the 8s for both of these, based on that
I don't
logic?
know.
So this one must be an 8. This one must be an 8 out of 10.
You know how bad I am at making brackets.
I do know how bad you are at making brackets, so I wouldn't be surprised if you have botched it. But I'm going to say, based on that logic, 8. And it was like X-Ray Daddy Chefs, I believe, or something like that.
X-Ray Chef Dads. That's right.
There it is.
Because we talked about how her dad was a chef and it was a surprise that she snuck out to eat McDonald's.
Where'd the X-ray part come from?
And I think he's actually an X-ray tech
Yeah.
or something. I forget exactly how that snuck its way in there, but one of those things is true and one of those things is false. Or maybe he did both. I think maybe he left an X-ray tech job to be a chef. We looked it all up. I forget what Mr. Carpenter is up to, but he's not a carpenter, which is ironic.
No, he's not.
Well, Nonsense Christmas. Yeah, we covered Short and Sweet on episode 194, but Nonsense is a Sabrina Carpenter song that's older than that. Do you know
Yeah.
the hit single Nonsense?
She's got like a whole Christmas special based off of it.
Well, that's true. The Nonsense Christmas special came out in 2024. That was a big one. But the song Nonsense Christmas, it has other origins. It is a rework of her song Nonsense from the album Emails I Can't Send. It was a big TikTok hit. It was actually Sabrina Carpenter's second ever song to hit the Billboard Hot 100. And I like it. I knew Nonsense long before I knew Nonsense Christmas. I mean, I talked about in the episode how Emails I Can't Send was almost the Sabrina Carpenter album we ended up with on an episode until Short and Sweet came out. I mean, that was the one I had listened to. But Nonsense is a great song. Here, she's Christmasified all the lyrics. And I don't know if you know the original Nonsense, but if you did, you'd realize just how funny and clever a Nonsense Christmas really is. This is the same kind of thing Lady Gaga's got going on, where it's very innuendo heavy.
Sure is.
It's very on brand for Sabrina Carpenter's image.
Sure is. If you like Sabrina Carpenter, you probably like this song.
Yeah, I'd say so. Do you like Sabrina Carpenter? I mean, you gave her an 8. How'd you feel about Nonsense Christmas?
About the same as I feel about Lady Gaga. Fan of both the artists, not a fan of their Christmas innuendo songs. Just not what I want in a Christmas song.
Yeah.
All right?
Just do a Christmas song.
I'm just do a Christmas song. I'm here for good vibes.
And keep your stockings on, you know?
Good vibes and the occasional sad ballad.
That's it. Nothing sad or ballad about this. But it's cool. You should listen to the normal Nonsense. It's not even quite as innuendo-y. I mean, it's still there a little bit, but it's not bad. That version is 3 times platinum in the US, so you're getting a hit. But then we've got the 3 times platinum hit going up against a song that honestly really wasn't a hit. No shade to the Rolling Stones. Winter is not their finest hour. We talked about Sticky Fingers on episode 200. Connor gave that a score and a unit.
Oh, I thought you were about to...
What'd you think I was about to do?
Thought you were about to say it like a fool.
Oh, no. That's funny, though. This is the last round of the first. You got this. You've only missed 2 elements so far.
Yeah. And I don't care about the score as much. I feel bad I forgot one of my children.
You did. You forgot one of your children, and you did miss one of your scores for Disenterrate Ferrets, but...
Yeah, I don't care about that.
You can finish strong here.
Well, this one's also an 8 by Hackery. It must be an 8.
Uh-huh.
Per the rules. And, sticky fingers. Pretty sticky food item, maybe. Some butterscotches.
Yeah, perhaps. Butterscotches is right. That is your unit. Now, the Rolling Stones song It is from their 1973 album Goat's Head Soup.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, Keith Richards is not on the song at all, despite receiving a writing credit. It's another song that was written during the summer, like a Christmas song. They wrote Winter about a bitterly cold winter while they were kicking back and relaxing in bright, sunny Jamaica. Wild. I admit I hadn't heard Winter before. It was very interesting.
Me neither.
Yeah, it kind of struck me as a typical Rolling Stones song. I mean, it's not geared to be a Christmas song. Obviously, it's just a winter-themed song on one of their normal albums. It mentions Christmas once or twice in there, but that's about as far as it goes. So when I was voting here, I kind of lean more towards a nonsense Christmas for the more overtly Christmas vibes. It's intended to be a holiday song. I think the parody element's clever and it's catchy. Which way did you go? Did you take the classic rock and rolling Stones, or did you go for a more poppy lean on this round?
So I had not heard Winter before, and I came to the conclusion that it is an awesome song that's going on my playlist.
Whoa, wow.
But only if you're listening to it in like a big, like off of like some big speaker, like in a car, or, you know, a speaker in your house or whatever, not headphones. It's not a headphone song for me.
Maybe that's my problem.
But I quite enjoy when you can just have the volume like up loud and let the music kind of just live in the space you're in.
Uh-huh.
And not be funneled directly into your ears. I liked it a lot more.
Okay.
So I went with Winter.
Winter took your vote. That means we've diverged and one of us is right and one of us is wrong.
Is this the first time we've disagreed? No, you took Olivia Dean when I took Randy Newman.
This is the second time we've disagreed.
And so you're either going to extend your lead by a second point or we're going to tie it back up.
Well, I'm looking at the audience scores in here. Look, is it any surprise to anybody that Sabrina Carpenter is going to be on the naughty list? She did not make the cut.
Me.
She's moving over.
That scared me.
Yeah, I know. Well, the Rolling Stones... Actually, it is a bit more of a surprise to me that the Rolling Stones are on the nice list. But they stayed. It's close. It's kind of just by a hair, but the Rolling Stones won out with Winter. And A Nonsense Christmas is headed to the naughty list with a score of 4.38 stars. Kind of a low rating for that one. I honestly thought it would do better.
Yeah, that shocks me. I was ready to be wrong.
Well, you can unready that feeling in yourself and get ready to be right. That brings us to the end of the 14 songs of singing round.
Yeah, and it's time to jump into our 8 Maids of Milking round.
That's right. This one always goes a lot quicker.
Yeah, well, because we've already said all the facts, so now it's just kind of talking about what we picked.
And why, yeah.
From here on out, it's a quick spread to the finish.
It's true. The first round is long. We've got so much fun stuff to learn. And then not as much after that. Well, up first in the Maids of Milking round, it's Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Frank Sinatra up against Not Another Christmas Song by Blink-182. This is where the contrast is really stark. One incredibly happy, intended and rewritten to be jolly, and one dismal and sad. What was your unit for Frank Sinatra?
What? Again?
No, I'm just kidding, but imagine if I made you play it all twice. Oh, that's so funny. No, Frank Sinatra versus Blink-182. I think this is a great example of both artists kind of doing what they do best.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, Frank Sinatra takes it. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Frank Sinatra absolutely takes it. And if the audience disagrees, I've lost all faith in them. I don't even want to be their champion.
Whoa. You might forfeit your championship if this is wrong for you?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Not Another Christmas Song. I mean, look, Frank Sinatra didn't have any claymation in the music video for Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. But you know what? Of course it's not particularly close. He's Frank Sinatra.
That's right, he is.
He's definitely moving on and staying on the nice list. The audience has voted Blink-182 to the naughty list with a score of 4.76 stars.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not close. Frank eviscerated them.
Good to know.
Yes, indeed. Well, up next, I thought we were going to have Hozier and the Cherry Tree Carol versus the Beach Boys.
So did I.
Unfortunately, it's Lady Gaga and Christmas Tree up against the Beach Boys. And I say unfortunately. It's a very interesting matchup. I think the Beach Boys would have passed away if they had heard Lady Gaga's song when they were in the 1960s writing Little Saint Nick. I think they would have died. They couldn't have handled it.
I think a lot of people back then would have died hearing that song.
Yeah, I don't think they were ready. I still don't think I'm ready.
You know, they talk about how, like, if time travel ever existed and you, like, went way back in time and, like, brought Doritos with you, that, like, one Dorito would, like, wipe out an entire population of people.
Yeah, I love the tweets like that.
It's like that, but with music.
Yeah, man. I definitely gave the edge to the Beach Boys, even over Hozier, because Little Saint Nick is a classic.
Same. I'll be honest, this was my second hardest pick, was choosing between the Wiggles and the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
And I also chose the Beach Boys, redeeming them yet again.
Redeeming them. I hope they moved on. The Beach Boys, Little Saint Nick is just so... it's funny, too, because these songs, much like Frank Sinatra and Blink-182, this is quintessential Lady Gaga in those early days versus quintessential early days Beach Boys. This is like the epitome of both of their styles and sounds. But for me, no surprise, because we did the Beach Boys in the first 30 episodes, and we had to wait 150 episodes for Lady Gaga to show up on the podcast and solve Ryan the Ghost. I picked the Beach Boys, and it looks like the audience has decided the year of redemption is going strong. And the Beach Boys outrank Christmas Tree. Christmas Tree headed to the naughty list, I would say around later than maybe it deserved, with a score of 4 stars out of 10, and even 4. But Brian Wilson and his Pags of Snad are moving on up. This is a round that's fun, too. Up next, we've got kind of newcomers in the pop music world. Olivia Dean and Cody Fry, both very instrumentally ornate, oftentimes like orchestral, sort of focused. And 2 songs that feel a lot more traditional than a lot of other stuff on this entire Naughty or Nice bracket. The Christmas Song and Alone on Christmas with You.
I had Randy Newman versus Cody Fry.
You did do Randy Newman versus Cody Fry. Even more orchestrally focused, in fact. Probably 2 of the most similar wheelhouses that you could have had up against each other.
Yeah.
Well, who did you pick? Did you take Cody Fry, who you brought as an episode, or did you pivot to Randy Newman?
This was my hardest pick.
Wow.
You know, the Little Saint Nick, Wiggles was second hardest. This was the hardest for me. I went with Cody Fry. I think the lack of lyrics, just being a pure instrumental track, it finally caught up to Randy Newman. I had to go with Cody Fry.
Yeah. Well, his lyrics are so good when he chooses to write them or when he can. And his scores are so good. But if you're listening to, a Christmas song that's not already a known melody, lyrics might bolster you a little bit. Lyrics might do you some good. Well, you picked Cody Fry moving on. I had to deal with Olivia Dean and the classic Christmas song up against Alone on Christmas with You, a virtual unknown as far as like people are voting on. So I was hoping that the popularity and just the general goodness of the composition of a Christmas song would carry a little weight. So I picked Olivia Dean moving on over Cody Fry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Plus, she's had such a good year. Everybody's talking about Olivia Dean since September.
Yeah, and everybody knows the song, so I'm not going to be surprised if the majority of the audience went that way too, but not for me.
Well, not for you. I mean, that's fair enough, but unfortunately, that's the case for everybody else. Alone on Christmas with You is headed to the naughty list.
Boo.
With a score of 5 stars out of 10.
Boo.
I know. Bummer. And now, for the last entry in the 8 Maids a Milking round, this is where our former champion, our current Whampion, Fall Out Boy, enters the fray. We've got Winter by the Rolling Stones up against the defending champions You'll Shoot Your Eye Out by Fall Out Boy. It's been a minute since we talked about Fall Out Boy.
It's been a minute. You got some facts about You'll Shoot Your Eye Out for me?
I do have some facts about You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. First of all, we talked about Fall Out Boy in episode 154, From Under the Cork Tree. Man, I have so many facts about this song, and you can unlock them all by telling me your score and your unit for Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
It is, of course, an older scoring unit than any other scoring unit in this bracket.
Yeah. Really gotta dig deep for this one. I think, shockingly enough, even though there are Whampians, I think I give them a 7.
You did give them a 7. That's correct.
And their unit is, hang on. I
always know when you remember this one.
Breaking news updates.
Breaking news updates. That's right. You texted your Fall Out Boy fan sister in the middle of the episode, And when she responded, regardless of what we were in the middle of, we got that sound and a breaking news update about it. That's great.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out is kind of a Fall Out Boy deep cut. It's a bonus track from their 2009 Greatest Hits compilation, Believers Never Die. And it won last year in the Wham Off in that botched coin flip situation.
Yeah.
I liked You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. I do think it winning the bracket was a product of the audience and the bandwagon effect.
Yeah.
I think people just didn't want to see Wham win, and they made that happen at any cost.
Yeah.
But here it is as our Whampion. I had it going up against Sabrina Carpenter, but that is not how the audience voted. In actuality, it's going up against Winter by the Rolling Stones. Tough pick here. However, it doesn't affect my decision at all. I chose You'll Shoot Your Eye Out to move on over either Sabrina Carpenter or the Rolling Stones.
I had the Rolling Stones there, luckily. And I also chose You'll Shoot Your Eye Out over them.
Wow. Okay, we're back in step. We had some disagreements, but we're back in line.
Yep.
I thought You'll Shoot Your Eye Out was a really good Christmas song. I really did enjoy it. It's kind of got that Fall Out Boy sarcasm to it, but I like the acoustic style. It feels kind of cozy and comfortable. And apparently that's what the audience liked too, because Winter... Yeah, breaking news update from the desk.
From my sister. Yeah, I sent her a text real fast. I said, do you like the Fall Out Boy Christmas song, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out?
Oh.
And she responded back with, never heard of it.
Never heard of it? What a breaking news update. Wow, that's hilarious. She might not have heard of it, but the rest of the audience that voted sure did, because it's moving on. Staying on the nice list.
Woo!
Still contending for two-time Whampion. And they're sending Winter by the Rolling Stones to the naughty list with a score of 4.84 stars.
Dang.
Yep. Well, now we're getting down to brass tacks. It's the 4 calling birds round.
It's the 4 calling birds round.
Yeah, the song by Europe, the 4 calling birds round. It's going to be ugly. I don't like anything about this matchup.
Yeah?
Not a hard one, but a heartbreaking one. Frank Sinatra, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas versus the Beach Boys' Little Saint Nick.
It sure is.
They came all the way from way up north where the air gets cold. And I just think Frank Sinatra is going to take this one.
That's what I have chosen.
Me too. It's such a shame. The Beach Boys, I'm so proud of them for their redemption.
They did. Hey, that's a pretty good redemption. Listen, redemption doesn't mean they have to win it all.
That's true.
They were a bit of an underdog story coming into this, and they did pretty well.
They did. They held out. Maybe if they carry on at this pace, they can get back into the San Diego Zoo before too long. I gave it to Frank Sinatra as well. We were in agreement on that, but let's see what the audience voted. Oh, it is sadly not too close. The Beach Boys are back to that familiar place on the naughty list with a score of 6.3 stars.
Real shame.
They did get a 10, though, at least. A 10 and a 9 and some other really high scores. Little Saint Nick really held its own.
That's awesome.
And I'm proud of it. But Frank Sinatra is just an unstoppable force.
An unstoppable force.
Yeah. Let's see if he's going to continue to be an unstoppable force or if he'll meet his unmovable object when he goes against the winner of this next round.
Oh.
The Christmas Song by Olivia Dean versus Wampion's You'll Shoot Your Eye Out by Fall Out Boy. This is tough because I think I like Fall Out Boy and their song a lot. I like that it's original. That's really cool. But it's going up against the name recognition of the Christmas song. Everybody knows Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire.
And you see, I had You'll Shoot Your Eye Out versus Alone on Christmas with You by Cody Fry.
Wow, that feels like a bit of a no-brainer. I think, maybe. Maybe it's closer than I think. I don't know. What did you pick?
I picked Alone on Christmas with You by Cody Fry.
Okay. So you had Fall Out Boy.
I had him going pretty deep.
Yeah.
I had Fall Out Boy losing there.
I had Fall Out Boy winning here against Olivia Dean and the Christmas Song.
Whoa.
I assumed, because of how the audience voted last year and the bandwagoning that happened and the clientele, I just assumed Fall Out Boy would make another strong showing.
So you were playing the game.
I tried to play the game, and I lost. You'll Shoot Your Eye Out is headed to the naughty list. The defending Wampions have fallen.
So that means neither of us get a point there, right? Even though I predicted they'd lose, I didn't have the winner right, so still no points for me.
I have no idea.
In March Madness, that's how that would work.
Okay, then that's how that can work. Yeah, no points for you.
I'm going to put it in yellow just in case it's a tie. We come down to a tie, you know?
Good idea. Yeah, I chose Fall Out Boy to move on, but Olivia Dean will remain on the nice list, and Fall Out Boy is out.
Can you do me a favor and just check who, because we had the audience rank everybody, so you could tell me who had a higher score, Cody Fry or Fall Out Boy, who would have won if that had been the matchup.
If you had your matchup, let's see, Fall Out Boy is headed to the naughty list with a score of 5.5 stars. Alone on Christmas with You has a 5.07 stars. Fall Out Boy would take it.
It still would have lost.
But it'd be pretty close.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
You'll Shoot Your Eye Out has been shot out. Which is going to leave us with Olivia Dean and the Christmas song versus Frank Sinatra. Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Or for me, Alone on Christmas Day with You versus Frank Sinatra. By 2 picks, Frank Sinatra versus Cody Fry is what it came down to for me.
Yeah. Well, you were surprisingly close to getting that right.
Not really. I mean, 50%, I guess, but Cody Fry didn't make it very far.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good for a bracket of 15 songs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, for me, I love Olivia Dean's cover of the Christmas song. I really do. It's not, you cannot touch the heavyweight, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
You have Frank Sinatra winning it all?
I have Frank Sinatra moving on ahead, and an elimination of terrible proportions happening to Olivia Dean.
I also had Frank Sinatra beating out Cody Fry. Again, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is like the quintessential Christmas song.
Yeah. Well, the audience voted. Olivia Dean, strong showing here, by the way. She's got a couple 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s. Almost everything in her voting is above a 5, which is awesome. But she also got a handful of 1s, which I think is surprising to me. I wonder if people just gave 1s to some things that they had never heard. But, I mean, you won't find any 1s on the Frank Sinatra list. And I think that's really what did her in. So, with a score of 6.15 stars, Olivia Dean heads to the naughty list, leaving Frank Sinatra as our lone last man standing.
Our 2025 Whampian.
Yeah, well, okay, hold on though. There's more.
Oh, there's more?
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, we've hit the partridge round. We're on number 1.
Frank Sinatra is our partridge. But I just wanted to see, I was curious what would happen. I know we made such a big deal about Last Christmas being the last Christmas for Wham.
They're retired. They're retired.
They're retired. Wham is retired.
Don't drag them back out.
I just wanted to see what would happen if we put Wham in this year's slate.
Oh, no.
Last year, we tried so hard to have them eliminated. We tried so hard. We recruited Mariah Carey and All I Want for Christmas Is You to be our dark horse. And so I included Wham on the voting list.
Wow, a secret 16th song.
A secret 16th song. Everyone voted.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got stats on Last Christmas.
To be clear, either way, Frank Sinatra is our 2025 Whampian.
That's correct.
The question is, can they dethrone...
Is he a true Whampian?
Can he dethrone the triple threat winner, Wham themselves?
Yeah. Could he become a Sinatra-pian?
I think if he does, then next year it's now an attempt to find the Frankian.
Frankian? I don't know. I like Sinatrian.
Sinatrian's pretty good. We can go Sinatrian.
It's a little more clear, too.
Yeah.
It could be any Frank, but there's only one Sinatra. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's Nancy, but sure.
Okay, well, those boots walked all over me, and I'm having no more of it. Wow. Well, last Christmas, we talked about Make It Big on episode 58, way back in 2022. Last Christmas was released on December 3rd, 1984. It was fully created and recorded by George Michael himself. Andrew Ridgeley, sorry, he had nothing to do with it. It's our 2.5-time Naughty or Nice winner, our Whampian.
Wow.
The undefeatable. What was your scoring unit for Wham?
Oh!
That one was so mean. I'm sorry.
Come on! Listen. I think you'd know my unit.
Oh, you know it too. You've done it for 3 years now. This one should be old hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were there, you'd know.
If you were there, you'd know I give this one an 8. You'd know.
Okay. Carpintio would know.
And if I had to pick, and I'm curious to see how these results went. This is fascinating. But if I had to pick, I'm giving it to Frank Sinatra. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, I think, is the Christmas song of Christmas songs. I think it is. Is it as big in, like, poppy? Is it as big of a song, like, instrumentally? Or, you know, whatever is Wham or All I Want for Christmas for You or any of the other big ones you might name? No. But Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. It's soft. It's merry.
It's little.
It is the song, like, you picture when you're sitting around a Christmas tree in a little fireplace with family surrounded by warmth and love. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, the Christmas song of Christmas songs. I think it beats Wham.
Okay. That's also where I voted for the same reasons.
You also picked Frank Sinatra over Wham.
Yeah, I thought he would be the true Whampian and Wham would be dethroned.
Fascinating.
For the first time in half a decade. I mean, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, 1 year off.
Yeah. Well, Wham earned a total score of 8.3 stars. Very highly rated amongst the audience. And in fact, if you've been keeping track, that's the highest star count I've said so far.
What was it?
8.3.
8.3. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Frank Sinatra and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas came in at a 9.24.
Wow.
Frank Sinatra has done it. Dethroned Wham.
Wow.
1 year later than we thought, but he is the true champion.
You see, this is why you don't bring people out of retirement. You see, this is what happens when you do it.
I know, I should have just left them alone, but I had to know.
They could have retired as champions, and instead you brought them out just to lose.
They retired as champions. This was just kind of a one-off gig.
Yeah, but now their legacy is having lost to Frank Sinatra. That's why you don't come back. You don't come back once you've been to the top. You sold tickets to their downfall.
Oh, man.
You orchestrated their downfall.
I
can't believe you've done this to them.
Well, I'll be so honest, I wasn't quite sure that they would fall. I thought they'd be triumphant.
It's very naughty of you.
They were still the second highest voted song on this entire bracket.
Wow.
So they're a tough cookie. Hard to beat. They crushed Fall Out Boy this year, though, by the way. That was a one-off thing. Wham far outlasted Fall Out Boy. So in a sense, they kind of reclaimed that. The coin flip feels resolved. But Frank Sinatra is our true champion and the winner of Naughty or Nice 2025. Naughty for Nice. Because it's, the fourth one we've done.
Naughty for Nice.
Love it. So let's recap the brackets. Let's see how you and I did. Who won between the two of us?
Well, I think you got me this year. I missed 4.
Well, let's see.
We each missed 2 in the first round.
I picked Hozier and I picked Sabrina. Those were my 2 mistakes.
And I picked Hozier and I picked Randy Newman in the first round. Those were my 2 mistakes.
Yeah.
And then I also, in the next 2 rounds, I mistakenly took Cody Fry in both the Calling Birds and the Turtle Dove round.
That's right. I took Olivia Dean. And I did botch Fall Out Boy here. I had them moving on instead of Olivia Dean.
Yep.
But Frank Sinatra kind of erased all my sins in that department.
Yeah. We had the same amount of mistakes in the 8 Maids of Milking and in the 2 Turtle Doves, right?
Yeah.
But
you flubbed an extra one in the Calling Birds.
Yep. And so by 1 point, you get me this year.
Oh, we're all tied up in the Naughty or Nice race again. Finally. A year of bragging rights are mine.
Wow. That's a real shame.
Yeah. So that concludes the Naughty or Nice competition.
Yeah, nothing left to do.
No.
Time to just sign off and...
No. I got one more game for you.
Oh.
It's a doozy. I was sick and tired of you knowing everything on the unit game, which, by the way, the resolution for that is that you only missed the 2. Out of 30, you only missed 2. So you really did fine on that one.
Pretty good.
Actually, 32 because of Wham. I said, what else can I make you guess like this?
Oh.
How else can I use the podcast's past against you?
The ghost of podcast past.
And here's what I came up with. Every episode, you and we pick songs and we put them on a favorite songs playlist.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And I was just curious how well you remembered which songs were your picks.
I promise you. Are you going to tell me the 2 songs?
Well...
And then I have to figure out which one's which? Because I promise you I would not be able to pull them from memory.
Yeah.
You will just sweep me on that.
Yeah, I did think about that being a part of the game, making you guess which songs came from each album, but I did think that'd be a little too hard. So I can give you the songs on the playlist, and you got to tell me which one was your pick and which one was my pick.
Okay.
It's a simple, I mean, you got a 50-50 on every question.
Yeah, sure. I still think I'm going to do horrible at this one.
Perhaps.
But go ahead.
Well, I've got various episodes from various eras here. They're not all from 2025.
Oh, that makes it even harder. What?
Yeah, they're pretty tricky.
This is very naughty of you.
I know. Some of them will be easier than others. Let's start with one that I think is going to be pretty easy for you, even though it's old. Episode 15, our first singles episode. Our playlist picks are Solstice by Unwell and Baby Don't Get Hooked on Me by Mac Davis. Which one was your pick?
It would have to be Solstice because we had the rule we weren't allowed to take our own, and I brought Mac Davis.
As a matter of fact, you did not bring Mac Davis.
What?
You didn't. You brought Overtime by The Strike.
Oh.
I was just as shocked as you to learn that because I remembered that rule.
Dang it.
And I thought I had taken Baby Don't Get Hooked on Me, but I didn't.
Wow. See, I told you I'd be bad at this game.
I guess so. Well, what about, for example, a Year of Redemption pick? Maybe something a little more recent. Radiohead. OK Computer, episode 220. I figured you'd remember this one since it's more recent. Our two playlist picks are Exit Music for a Film and Let Down. Which one's Connor's favorite?
Exit Music?
Exit Music is Connor's favorite.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
I got one.
Yeah, for the most part here, they go chronologically backwards. I just put the singles episode first as a fun example. But up next, we're moving back to Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, episode 207. Our two picks are You Took the Words Right Out of My Mouth and Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Paradise.
No, You Took the Words Right Out of My Mouth.
Ah!
That was your pick. Okay, moving it back just a smidge from that, Caroline Polachek, Desire I Want to Turn Into You, episode 206. Welcome to My Island, and Bunny is a Writer.
Bunny is a writer.
No, you took Welcome to My Island.
Oh!
The reason I like this game is because I like seeing when you also like the songs that I picked as my favorites.
Yeah, that's what you think is happening here, but that's not what's happening here.
No? Well, that's how I'm going to interpret it anyway.
Keep going. Yeah, you can interpret it. I'll tell you what's going on here at the end.
Okay. Well, we're back to Prince, episode 190, Purple Rain. We've already talked about it a little bit today. When Doves Cry and Purple Rain are our two picks.
Purple Rain.
Kind of incorrect. This is a secret third option where we just picked by committee.
Where we agreed on one? Yeah.
We kind of agreed. But I was the one that kind of leaned towards Purple Rain. You kind of leaned toward When Doves Cry. But since it's the first time a committee answer has showed up, I'll give you credit for that one. But just know that that's an option. Okay, here's a you pick. An album that you said had no skips and you almost gave it 10. Fish in a Birdcage. Mentors. Episode 185. Our picks were Microphone and Poet. First and last, I believe. We bookended that album.
Man, you brought one of my picks, and I don't want to do what I've been doing. Darn it.
What have you been doing? Oh, did I spoil something?
So far, other than the second one, I've gotten them all wrong.
That's true.
And as you said, it's a 50-50 chance on every single one. So statistically speaking, I should 50% of them right.
Well, that's true.
I may or may not have been purposely picking the one I thought you picked to try to thwart your entire game. And at the end, you were going to be like, you got them all wrong. And I was going to point out the statistical unlikelihood of that. And now you've put one of my picks in here, and I don't want to look like I don't know my own picks. So you've kind of thwarted my whole thing here.
Nice.
I meant to get that second one wrong, and I genuinely thought you had picked. I was trying to get them all wrong to mess with you, and but I know I picked Mentors, and if I go the other way, or Microphone, sorry, Mentors the album. If I know I picked Microphone.
Gotcha.
If I go the other way, that makes me look like a real fool, and I refuse to look like a fool on my own.
Well, now you can just play the game the real way.
Yeah, I know. It ruined the fun I was having. That's why you're like, oh, you're picked. I'm learning that you like all the songs that I picked. It's like, yeah, that's what you think's happening.
Well, now it's going to be what happens. Rolling it back to a milestone episode, Queen, Night at the Opera, You're My Best Friend, and Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's actually a hard one, because both of those are ones I would pick. That's actually a hard one.
There's an option for that.
Well, is that now a valid option on all of them?
Yeah. Any of them could be chosen by committee. I mean, we legitimately did that on some of them. Dude, I listened to the final spins of each one of these episodes to make sure I got it right. Because I keep track of what the playlist picks are, but I haven't kept track of who picks what.
Yeah.
I had to do a lot of research for this game.
You're My Best Friend is more Connor-coded song style-wise. But I also could see myself taking Bohemian Rhapsody because I was afraid you wouldn't. I'm going to go Best Friend.
Okay. Well, this one was chosen purely by committee.
Committee. I should have known. I refuse to pick that secret third option because I think that's out of the spirit of the game. You should have only picked ones that weren't done by committee. I'm under formal protest of this game.
Fair enough. Noted. We'll pass it along. The Velvet Underground and Nico, episode 169. I'm waiting for the man, and I'll be your mirror.
And now we've hit...
a classic Lou Reed and a classic Nico.
Now we've hit the other problem with this game, and the reason I tried to break it from the get-go.
Yeah.
You know, I've talked about many times on the podcast how I'm awful at song titles and artist names, and half the time don't know what a song's called until you tell me, or don't know who sings it until we do it on the podcast. I'm just like, oh, I didn't realize I knew that song. That's who this was.
That's a fair point.
And so you're asking me to remember what a song sounded like off of its title and artist, which I know I can't do. And so now we've like, the further back we go chronologically, the harder it is for me to remember what the songs even sound like.
I wasn't sure how much you shuffled the playlist.
I shuffle it all the time. But again, because it's on shuffle and it's just playing, I'm not paying attention to who it is. I'm just like, oh yeah, this song. I like this song.
That's a fair point.
I'm not paying attention to what it's called.
And it is like 400 songs long.
I know. What are my options?
I'm waiting for the man, and I'll be your mirror.
50-50 shot. I'll be your mirror.
Well, you nailed it. That's right.
Nice.
Public Enemy, episode 167. We talked about Flava Flav. We talked about It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. Our picks were Bring the Noise and She Watched Channel Zero.
The first one.
Bring the Noise? That was your pick.
Nice. I'll be honest, I'm just purely guessing at this point.
Well, that's fair. Count Basie, The Atomic Mr. Basie, Flight of the Foo Birds, and Splanky.
Foo Birds. I feel like I would have taken Foo Birds because of the name.
You took Foo Birds because of the name. Okay, tough one here. This is one that you gotta get right, or else.
Well, that's a shame.
Endless Summer Vacation by Miley Cyrus. Episode 156, The End of the Year of Healing, Jaded, and Violet Chemistry.
Oh, man. I had to take Jaded.
Why's that?
Because ballad.
Okay, well, you did. You took Jaded.
Woo!
Yep. Drake, Scorpion, God's Plan, Nice for What?
Nice for what?
I was actually wrong about that one. I thought I took Nice for What, but you know what? It was you.
Yes. I'm nailing this now that I'm just not even trying. I'm just purely guessing. I'm nailing it.
Yeah, that's true. All-American Rejects, Move Along, episode 140, Dirty Little Secret, and Straight Jacket Feeling.
Ugh.
This one, we kind of decided by committee, but there was a definite leaning.
The second one.
Straight Jacket Feeling? You're just saying the first and the second one. You're right, you picked Straight Jacket Feeling. It's the big ballad.
Yes.
Wiz Khalifa, Rolling Papers.
I may be just trying to guess which one's a ballad based off of the title.
I know.
That may be my strategy right now.
Well, Wiz Khalifa, Rolling Papers is up next, episode 137, Black and Yellow, and Roll Up. This one I thought would be tough because...
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
You picked one, and then I picked your second choice.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Because I wanted to keep you happy.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
But Black and Yellow is what you picked. You know what it is.
Yeah. Again, that's an easy one because that was the only song going in that I think I knew, and I just kept saying it over and over throughout the episode. Just black and yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah. Okay, how about your lowest scoring album of all time?
Ooh.
Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the 36 Chambers, episode 117, Cream, and Protect Your Neck.
The second one.
You picked Cream. Cash rules everything around me. Connor really eats
mayonnaise and pineapple sandwich.
Mayonnaise and pineapple sandwich. Yeah, he needs to do that.
Next time, tell me to get bread.
I know. Well, the mixtaper did all that wrong. Anyway, up next, George Strait, Straight from the Heart, Foolhearted Memory, Amarillo by Morning.
Amarillo by morning.
You got a foolhearted memory. That was wrong.
Dang.
Yeah. Taylor Swift's Red, episode 113, All Too Well, and I Almost Do.
I almost do.
Nice. Yeah, that was a tricky one, I thought, because I Almost Do is not what you wanted to take. I had to wheel and deal and trade away. You wanted to take the last time, and I talked you out of it by giving you back a top 3 pick.
It's true.
This is one you should also nail. Brooks and Dunn, Brand New Man, Neon Moon, and Still in Love with You.
Both of those are such good songs.
Yep. But only one of them is your favorite.
I could easily have seen us doing this by committee.
That's correct, we did.
Neon Moon?
You don't... No way. I'm going to mark that wrong for you. You said committee and you picked Neon Moon. You sing If I Had a Horse all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But that's... but you see, here's the problem. Sometimes I don't pick my favorite knowing that you will, and so I pick my second favorite.
Yeah, that's true.
And I thought this was one of those cases where I picked Neon Moon, knowing that your favorite would be Still in Love with You.
No, but not bad guessing though.
Yeah, and I thought you'd be like, oh, you should get this. I thought you were playing like a double. I thought there was some reverse psychology going on.
No, just forward psychology.
Reverse.
Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, episode 103. You Give Love a Bad Name, Never Say Goodbye. One rocker, one big ballad.
I gotta take the ballad. I'm the ballad guy.
Ah, nope, you took You Give Love a Bad Name.
You could argue that's the ballad.
You just shot through the heart.
Yeah, it's a ballad. It's a power ballad.
Yeah, too powerful, not enough ballad. The Beatles, Abbey Road. Come together and Here Comes the Sun.
Here Comes the Sun. Do.
Ooh, no. You took Come Together.
Oh.
And now it's all coming apart. We talked a lot about Cowboy Carter on this episode and Beyonce's 8 Days of Christmas. What do you remember from Renaissance?
This is such a long game.
I know. Well, there's 25 Days of Christmas.
Why are you making me do so many?
I did 25 questions.
It's not 25 Days of Christmas. There's 12.
Well, but the Christmas is on the 25th, so I just did 25.
We're not. Oh, are we doing this like Advent calendar style, but all at once because we were late? We forgot to do the Advent.
Sure. Why not? Yeah, we got an Advent calendar of playlist picks. Renaissance, episode 96. We picked Cuff It and Break My Soul.
Cuff It.
We picked by committee. I'll give you Cuff It. That was probably more your pick anyway.
Technically, that means I picked Cuff It if we picked by committee.
That's true. Okay. Another one you have to get right here. Kind of a mean one. Ray Stevens' Career Classics, episode 91.
Mm-hmm.
We had The Streak. We had Everything is Beautiful.
Everything is Beautiful.
No, that one was mine.
Oh, but that's because I made you pick first, didn't I? And that's what you picked. And so then...
The Streak was also mine.
Oh, you picked both?
Yeah, well, you said you wanted a serious and a silly. I suggested The Streak or Kiss a Pig, but Kiss a Pig, Hug a Swine wasn't on Spotify. So we picked The Streak instead.
Yeah.
It was kind of...
So that means it was by committee.
That
means it was by committee, which means, once again, I helped pick both.
I'm giving you the point on that one, yeah. Okay, The Eagles, Hotel California, which we took the title track, and Life in the Fast Lane.
Hotel California.
Nice pick. It's a brutally handsome pick. A terminally pretty selection. Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Candle in the Wind, Benny and the Jets.
Candle in the Wind.
Big ballad guy. Yeah, got that one right. And last but not least.
Would have been funny to put my least ranked one here and said last and least.
Last and least? Well, I kind of did the opposite-ish. Plastic Hearts by Miley Cyrus, episode 20.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to know if you recognize your favorite song from Plastic Hearts. Our picks were the title track and Angels Like You.
Angels Like You?
Darn, I thought that'd be a little more gratifying. Thought you'd miss it. You're right.
Think I don't know my girl?
Well, unfortunately, you did pretty well. You got 16.
You didn't put Dua Lipa on here. That surprised me. My other girl.
No, I know. Well, you can only have one at a time.
16 out of 25? I'll take that.
You got 16 out of 25.
And I threw a couple at the beginning.
Threw in quotation marks. Yeah, sure. Yeah. But I was pretty generous with the committee answers, too. I don't know. I'm impressed, though. That means I can't use this game again, either. Ugh. Can you just lose?
You're just looking for something for me to lose?
You just lose a game or a factor spin or something. Are you going to lose something on this podcast?
That's not very Christmassy. We should be celebrating. We should be celebrating that. Why are you rooting against me this holiday season?
What? Well,
inventing games you think I'll be bad at just so I lose.
I can't even argue. That's literally exactly what I did. And you still weren't bad at it. I think I'm just mad at myself for not being able to invent a game that you're bad at yet.
Well, why don't you instead be happy with yourself for being such a good game show creator? Like think about, you're like the Price is Right game show host, right? It's all about the contestants winning. Good vibes and yeah, let's get you that brand new car, you know?
You think?
I think so.
There we go. Okay, well.
You don't want to be like the mixtaper who's actively rooting against his contestants.
No, we don't want that. That's true. Well, your prize for getting 16 out of 25 is a deep-seated feeling of satisfaction and Christmas joy.
Oh, nice. No unlimited picks thing or whatever like I was supposed to get last time and then didn't or whatever.
Yeah. I gave you what I promised. I just,
No.
I made it really hard to attain.
You added a rule that it wasn't even in the fine. You added fine print after the signature.
I mean, I did. I gave you unlimited picks that expired the next episode.
Yeah, and didn't put that in the contract till after I'd won it.
Yeah, but you won it, and that was what was important. I was cheering you on then. I wanted you to win it so I could reveal that they expired.
Every year, you see, I'm starting to think you're worse than the mixtaper.
Whoa.
I think that's why we can't have the mixtaper this episode, is because we can't have two dastards. Like, when he's not here, you fill the dastard role out here giving scummy prizes and making up games I'm going to lose.
Well, I can't even argue.
We gotta bring the mixtaper in next year just so I get nice James.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I need to cool it. Here's hoping Naughty or Nice 5 is a little nicer and a little less naughty.
Curious to see how you work the 5 into Naughty or Nice.
I don't know if I can. How did Fast and Furious do it? That's kind of what I've been going on.
Make it the C. It's like a backwards C with a hat.
Oh, that's true. Anyway, let's do a little final spin. I had a blast.
Or you just put Naughty or Nice with a V behind it.
I was really looking forward to this. Naughty or Nice. I think it was fun.
This was fun.
I liked the alternate voting method. I liked getting more votes and more audience participation. If you want to be up to date and catch next year's Naughty or Nice, be sure you follow us on all our social media. At SpinItPod Official on Instagram and at SpinItPod on X. And of course, you can find us on our website, www.spinitpod.com.
Tell a friend about the podcast this holiday season. Maybe give it to them as a gift.
Yeah. Oh, gift of a podcast.
And it's a free gift, too. You don't even have to spend any money.
That's true.
Just like print out a little card with our website on it and your recommended episode for them, and then give it to them as a Christmas gift.
Delightful.
Give the gift of Spin It to the friend who you've procrastinated buying a gift for. We'll help you out in that regard.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
Maybe just put a couple of those cards in your back pocket, so that if a friend surprises you with a gift, you can not look like you left them out. You can whip one of those out as like a safety gift.
We'd be a great stocking stuffer.
Oh, we would. Stuff us in your stocking.
Hope everyone has a happy holiday season, a wonderful Spin-ter Wonderland, and we'll be back next week to close out 2025 in awesome fashion. Woo. It's going to be a riot. We're going to keep on dancing, and you are going to keep on spinning.
La 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 la.
Oh, that's jingle.
La 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 la.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
I'm always surprised how many artists do like serviceable Christmas songs. I was really happy with this year's slate because all the songs were interesting and new and not a lot of covers. It was nice to have a familiar cover or two, but some years it feels like all we can find are just covers of Last Christmas.
Again, would be a really funny Wham off to do, where it's just all Last Christmas by different artists.
It's true.
We considered it.
We left some good artists on the table, too. We didn't talk about The Police. We didn't talk about The Strokes or James Brown or Van Halen. Now we got to take down this Sinatra in, and I don't know how we're going to do that. It's a much more daunting task than the Whampians.
It honestly is. We thought we had an uphill battle with Wham. Frank Sinatra's going to be tough.
Somebody's going to be the champion every time. Someone has to be the best holiday song of all.
We may have found it. Only time will tell.
We won't rest until we've tried every other possibility.
La 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 la.